To be able to answer this question, we will need to know either both defect rates, which we can write as d1 over r1 and d2 over r2, or an inequality that directly compares the two rates, in which case we'd know which is greater without knowing their actual values. As in all questions, when we're asked comparative questions, we'll generally be able to answer if we get total information or if we get exact comparative information. Given that, let's see what we get in the answer choices, evaluating them separately first, as always. Statement 1 compares defects but not runs. That still permits wildly different cases. For example, the first run might have 10 times as many defects as the second run, but for all we know, it could have 100 times as many total items, or 1/10 as many items. In those cases, the defect rates would compare quite differently, so the information given in statement 1 is insufficient. Statement 2 has the same logical problem as statement 1, except now we've switched the D's and the R's, so statement 2 is insufficient. Combining the statements, there may be something that we can do. If there are more defects in the first run, but more items in the second run, then the first run must have a higher defect rate. We can see this by considering a limit condition. Say the two runs had the same number of total items. The R's are the same. Then if the first one had higher defects, it has a higher defect rate. d1 over r1 would be greater than d2 over r2. Then if we make r2 bigger, that only increases the difference, because it would increase the denominator of d2 over r2 and make it smaller. The information we have establishes that the first run has a higher defect rate. Therefore, the correct answer is C.